what's up, and hello everyone. Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel depending on who you are. If you're new here, my name is Kennedy. I'm a vintage creator and seller, and today I am taking you guys on a journey with me for an entire week of thrifting. And every single day that I went, the finds just got better and better and better. It was actually a little bit insane. So I'm gonna keep this intro short and sweet. I just wanted to say hey, introduce myself before we get into this video. So I hope you enjoy. All right, we are starting off the week in Goodwill, and I'm not gonna lie, this was kind of a mid-trip, okay? Like, I didn't find anything too spectacular, nothing to really write home about, but I did find a lot of good, like, fall essentials for my vintage shop. A lot of grandpa sweaters, lots of color blocking, neutral colorways. We're getting plaid, argyle, because this time of year people are thinking academia, and I really tried to focus in on like my material, so like some kind of wool blend, avoiding acrylics, 100% cotton, things of that nature. And I was able to find like 5 or 6 I really liked. And then this is my outfit of the day: little shirt, big pants, classic go-to. When I went over to the women's like shoe section, I was just having the time of my life, because some kind of 2010 baddie retired, and these shoes were taking me all the way back. I was actually in high school during the 2010s, which is crazy, but the fact that this was like the it shoe, this was like stilettos and like 6-inch heels were like the it shoe in 2014. Now fast forward to 2024, like everyone's wearing kitten heels, like even in high school. They're like, this is crazy. And then I was wearing these Merrell shoes and I found them. I thought that was funny, so I wanted to point that out. Speaking of kitten heels, these were adorable, but I can tell with that white heel cap, they were gonna crumble immediately when I put weight on them. That was dry rot to the max. But like, enough about that shoe. Are we seeing this bag? This is her, okay? She's an it girl. I was gonna get a first style bundle, but the hardware was scrumptious. The way it slouched on my shoulder was scrumptious. Instantly a personal. I really didn't find anything I loved in the like jacket section, but in the skirts I did find Alexander McQueen. Yes, designer. But honestly, I don't know anybody my age wearing a long pencil skirt like that, regardless of the label, so I did leave it. It just wasn't special enough because it didn't have, if it didn't have Alexander McQueen on the tag, I probably wouldn't even have like given it a second look, so I left it. In the kids section, I found this vest, and I just know Body Central, are you kidding? I know the same girl who donated all those shoes donated that vest too. Like, I can just imagine the fit right now. Like, it, oh my god. Anyway, I was going through all of my stuff, pick out my yeses and nos, when I saw these sitting on the counter, and I was like, wow, how cute would that be to hold like my keys on my like entry table, or like my ring, something like that. Like, adorable. I'm actually outside of store number 2 right now. They had jackets galore, so it really made up for that first store, because the first store like had barely 1 row of jackets, and this one had so many. And like, one of the perks about living in the South is that we honestly do have some of the best jackets like in our thrift stores, and it's simply because people buy them and then never end up wearing them, because the weather hardly ever gets cold enough for us to really enjoy them and get our use out of them. I think this is like a vintage like 70s corduroy bomber. Like, hello, are you joking me? And then inside, look how scrumptious this jacket was. It reminds me of wine and crackers, the like beigey color with that burgundy interior, so yummy. And then it came with a matching bucket hat inside. Like, how adorable is that? Like, I just feel like I belong in Europe suddenly. Like, I just imagine the fit, like with a classic like t-shirt, a good pair of like dark wash jeans with a cuff and a little ballet flat. Like, imagine that fit. Oh my god, that would have been so cute. Like I was saying, lots of really good jackets here. This is Wilson's leather. She was asking $20 for it, but it's very similar to Penny Lane, and the girlies go crazy for that, so that was well worth the investment. Unfortunately, it did not fit me, otherwise I would have kept it, but you know, for my vintage shop it'll be really good. And then I wanted so badly to like this jacket. I think the patina, even though it is like a faux leather, like I thought the wear was really good on it, but the sleeves were just not doing it for me at all. So I did end up leaving it. What else did I find over here? Oh my gosh, the sleeves, the way the leather is so worn, oh, like you cannot manufacture this kind of distressing. Like, brands try to do it all the time and it just never hits the same. Like, natural wear is just gonna hit different every single time. I honestly love a good like varsity like leather bomber situation flight jacket for the fall. I did find another one coming up here in a second. Again, another just really good long coat. I feel like those are so easy to use to like elevate your entire outfit. Even if you wore like sweatpants and a long like coat, I think it would just chef's kiss. And then these buttons reminded me of Coach, and I really liked it, but it did not fit me, so I didn't even worry about it because a lot of these prices were just like too high for me to flip. Anything I picked up was going to be like a personal like this. Spoiler, I did get this one. It was too gorgeous. They were asking $50 for it, and that was really making me question my life. But the thought of putting it back on the rack and leaving it there was already causing me anxiety, and I was already having regrets. So I did end up getting it, and you'll see how it fits in a second. If this was cheaper, I would have gotten it to flip because honestly, the color of that suede was so good, and it's Wilson's leather. This, I wanted to get it, but like it was like $18 or something like that, and it just felt a little too trendy for me to get, and I feel like animal print's kind of dying out, so I did leave it. These would have been iconic. They were pretty beat up, and same with these like Skechers. These would have sold so fast, but they were so fuzzy, and the leather was worn. Like that is just dry rot. Can I speak? Dry rot waiting to happen. And then here I am just looking for CDs, knowing good and well I'm not going to find anything that's my music taste, but I do kind of look cute looking through CDs, so wow, love that for me. And then this is me with a jacket on, like BRB booking a flight to Detroit. I need to go flex on some old men in my new jacket, like they're gonna be so jealous. All right, day 2, we are starting off at another Goodwill, different location this time, and it was already off to a better start. I found not one, but 2 pairs of Doc Martens, and the ones that were made in England, which means they are vintage, and the quality is like 100 times better than the stuff they're putting out these days. So I was really stoked to find those, especially since they're such like an androgynous shoe. Men or women could wear them. And then I really like the lapel. I believe that's what that's called, like the big collar situation. I don't know. The overall like silhouette on that red coat was stunning. I had to get it. And then this was another cute longer coat, but it wasn't anything too special, so I left it. If this didn't have a stain on the arm, I definitely would have gotten it because red is very in right now and suede is in every single fall. So it really would have been a cute one, but not worth the hassle of trying to get that stain out of that suede. Like my worst nightmare. And then finally a cart opened up because let me tell you, if you want to grow some muscles, forget Pilates. Go to the store and thrift with no cart. Your arms will be on fire. I swear to you, they will keep them toned. This was really cute. I love the silhouette of it, but it was missing the belt, so I did leave it. And then I thought this was cute, like 80s ski wear. Like I could just imagine myself in a little ski suit with this on top going down the mountain. But then the more I looked at it, the more I was like, that looks dirty. And I'm not sure I want my neck engulfed in that. So I did end up passing on that jacket. This one was calling me. I don't know why. It reminds me of like Professor Umbridge, I think, the like evil professor from like Harry Potter. But I was like really intrigued, so I did get it. That might be a regret, I don't know, but I did get this like Free People-ish vest. I love a good vest. I just imagine this in the summer, like wearing that as a top with a cute pair of like jeans cuffed and a little sandal, like so good. I love the blue on this one, classic Y2K. Speaking of classics, this was such a good green for Christmas and things like that, and it's quilted, the corduroy collar, all that's very in this time of year, so I felt like it would be stupid not to get it. And then they basically had like a whole bridal suite in here, so if you ever want to elope, go to the courthouse, but you want a wedding dress, definitely consider thrifting it. These are just some other Christmas vests that I need to get listed for the holiday season since we're basically in December now. This is all the stuff that I did end up getting. I don't think I showed you guys this one earlier, and I know it's questionable, don't judge me too hard, but I'm really mentally trying to start like this rebrand with my vintage shop right now, and I want it to be more like, I don't know, mature than what I have going on with like baby tees and like apple bottom jeans. Like I really want to switch into like my rich hot auntie, I'm 30 and thriving kind of energy, because that's just where I'm at mentally and emotionally and everything else in life. And so I want my vintage shop to kind of reflect that. Like just the thought of being almost 30 and still selling like Bobby Jack baby tees is the bane of my existence right now. It's really giving me an identity crisis. So I want to start transitioning, so I'm trying to get out all of these other things now so that I can focus on like high quality basics and just fun, interesting pieces with good texture and good brands, things of that nature. But yeah, another look at this dress though. I mean, not dress, coat. Like the color is so good. The pleats down the front is so good. It just looks like it's gonna have such a fun like structure. I don't know. I was just in awe. And unfortunately, it's like a little too big, so I can't even get the full picture of how it's supposed to look. But I will be listing it if you're interested. These are just another look at those vintage Doc Martens. I'm telling you, get them secondhand. Let someone else do the hard part of breaking them in. But then I was about to check out when a new cart rolled in. Look how cute this dress is. It's so vampy and gothic and 2000s coded. I'm just obsessed. Like, that is a siren right there, okay? So good. The ruching, the layering, stunning. This one was a little damaged, but I just feel like to lounge around the house, like, this is too pretty to leave behind. I'm sorry. I don't care if it has a flaw. It was like $2. So I also got that, and that concludes day 2. Alrighty, and for day 3, we are at America's Thrift Stores. I actually really do love this chain, but this store specifically has been getting on my nerves lately. Like, I don't know what it is. They have just been off their game for like months. Because tell me why we're well into fall and I have 12 sweaters to choose from. Like, I know you guys are getting more than that. I see the donations in the front of that store. It is always overflowing. You're telling me there's 12 sweaters? You can't gaslight me into believing that. Like, I refuse. I am working on a kid's style bundle, so I do have to go through the toddler section quite a bit now. And I just need my friends to start having kids because I find so many cute little vintage pieces. They need a new home, okay? Exhibit B was that lingerie section. They like never restock it. The moment it gets like a little chilly, like it's over for us hot girls. Like, no more lingerie for you. And that hurts my feelings, quite frankly. And then this I just thought was crazy because like, why was this adult skirt $1 but those kids jeans were $7? Like, make it make sense. It doesn't. And then I couldn't tell if I loved or hated this. I think the Texas girl in me loved it because of the print, but overall the fabric, like material, makeup, and then the structure of this jacket was just poor, so I did end up leaving it. But the Texas pride was screaming when I saw that. I got really excited. These like barn chore coat situations have been very popular this year. I did not like the buttons on this one, so I did end up leaving it, but it's a very popular like silhouette right now. The color of this, so good, yummy. But the fact that this even made it to the floor was crazy to me. These armpits are blown out. This is why we don't buy pleather, okay? Eventually this is what happens, and it takes forever to degrade, and it's terrible for the environment. Oh my gosh, the way in which I love this white coat. It had too many like stains and they look like blood, and I did not feel like dealing with like dried in blood, because as a woman you know, okay, it's not a fun time to get that out when it's fresh, much less when it's old. So I did not want to take a chance, and I left the white coat, but it was so good. I also found this in the coat section. Definitely not a coat, but stunning nonetheless. Imagine that with like a knee-high boots and a little turtleneck. This was a wool coat. It was like $16 and it is stunning. I did not get it, but that's just proof that you can find a wool coat at a thrift store for like less than 20. I love the boat neck detail of that. And then remember when I said I was like trying to like elevate my like shop closet situation? I feel like this would have been like a good addition. And same with this one. Oh my goodness, a cape and the pea coat situation. Two things I'm really loving right now for the fall. This was a best of both worlds situation for me. If you want the brand, that's what it is. I also thought this would be good for like the holiday season. This reminded me of like Monica from Friends. And then this I was gonna put in a style bundle. There's this girl I'm working on, and she has like a 2010s kind of situation, and like Abercrombie Hollister, things like that. That little Henley was very popular, and she had a lot of those pins, so I think that's gonna work for her. Now I'm checking out before we head to the next location. This one I do not come to very often because I hardly ever really find anything too like spectacular, and today honestly was no different. These are the coats that I was considering, but they were all like $12 to $20. I did, spoiler, end up getting this brown one. I just love the structure of it, and it's kind of got some unintentional like cool fading, so that some of it looks maroony, some of it looks more brown. I really liked it. I picked up another pea coat. I do not need another one of those. This would have been really cute, very on brand, love the patina, but it was just so stiff, and I hate a stiff leather coat. It's not comfortable. And then this suede bomber, scrumptious. I love the chocolate color on this one, but I already decided to get the other leather jacket, so I had to leave that one. This little bowling bag, I cannot speak for these voiceovers, was so cute, but it was very cheap feeling. I love this kind of like crochet top, perfect for spring, summer. And then the shoes kind of popped off. I'm not even gonna hold you. Y2K like goth baddie right here. And this was like very much Jessica Day, like new girl. Honestly, I could see Penelope Garcia from Criminal Minds wearing either one of these shoes with like a pair of stockings that were like really colorful. I don't know, that's just where my brain is right now. And this was really cute, very preppy, perfect for like the springtime. This with little tennis skirts, like your little like Mary Janes, and some socks, like that would be so cute. So I did pick that one up as well. And then look at these prices. I love living in Alabama. Oh my gosh, I cannot be victim to these big city prices. Yeah, like I said, I was getting that leather jacket, and then we made one more stop on the way home, because these were basically all like on the same street. I really, really love the structure of this bag, and that little clasp, I think it's what it's called, across the front of that bag reminded me of like Gucci. And then I will never pass up an animal fleece, so I was really, really excited to find this one. And this is just to show you like my Goodwills are actually still very good. Like $7 for a suede like coat by Wilson's Leather, like that's what I'm talking about. Your Goodwill could never. And then I got really excited about this, thinking that it was real Missoni, and I was let down. I was like, oh my gosh, 2 designer pieces 1 week. No, that was their collab with Target in 2011. And while it was really cute, it was not the real thing, and it hurt my feelings. I did get that leather like trench coat. I needed a long one in black. I had one in red. And then after I saw the little Coach wristlets, I was like, oh, I know there's more in here. And I looked in the back, and there were definitely more Coach bags. So that's what I'm about to show you. This one isn't Coach, but kind of like a similar vibe. I just love the way it fit under my shoulder there. It does need to be reshaped, but that's like super easy to do. And then look at the hardware on this bag. Oh my gosh, I've been so into like a big slouchy bag right now, if you can't tell. And so this one was perfect. It does need to be kind of like de-pilled a little bit, but that's an easy fix. And then I also found this like satchel situation, so cute. The color scrumptious, in such good condition. It makes me want to do one of those like Coach cleaning bags, but honestly this one was in pretty good condition. It can just use a little bit conditioning on the edges. It even came with a dust bag. Like, look how cute. This is what it looks like on, like, imagine with like a little trench coat. I'm just imagining it now. Like, look at me putting it back in its dust bag. Like, it just feels so luxury. I love it. But yeah, that was day 3. Yeah, day 3. All right, day 4, we are at another Goodwill, and they were doing like an open house the next day, which I did not realize. And so the whole store was pretty bare, and this was a waste of my time after a long day at work, but I was so committed to like doing this video. But I did get both of these pairs of shoes. The boots sold like within 24 hours. Why did I want these point shoes? I don't know, but part of me like really wanted them. They just look so good hanging. This was the disappointment that they called a men's jacket section, and then these are the pieces that I found in the men's sweater section. And honestly, like after this, I was like so over it. The store was about to close, and I saw this in the women's section, and I said, yeah, it's my time to go, because this just made me like so incredibly mad. Who takes a good pair of overalls and turns them into a bag, a satchel? Like, what is this? And they put a new tag on it. They put the Banana Republic tag on it when it's clearly not Banana Republic. It's got like the charm bracelet. Like, there was so much going on. This made me irate. I said, I need to get out of here. So I grabbed my stuff and we checked out, and that was the end of day 4. I hate to do this to you, but Friday went a little too good that I had to make it its own video. So here's your sneak peek for next week of what I got and when I had to leave. Alrighty, it is Sunday, fun day, the very last day of this week. As you can see, I did not do Saturday, but that's because I was actually selling vintage at a market. I was making money to fuel this addiction, okay? But starting in the shoes and accessories, you guys know I love starting over here because I feel like this really sets the tone for the entire trip. I feel like if you find good stuff over here, the store is just going to be full of gems, and this was no exception. The shoes were eating down, okay? We, for some reason, found another pair of ballet flats. I feel like it was a sign I need to find, like, an adult ballet class. I feel like it needs to be my new hyperfixation. I don't know. Like, what are you guys thinking? Like, is it a sign? Like, 2 pairs in one video? Like, what's going on with that? I don't know. But these are all of, like, the accessories and things that I picked up already before we even really got into the nitty-gritty of this trip. Like, I honestly could have left right here and I would have been very happy with all of these signs. I really liked this belt buckle, but once it was like fully clasped to the other side of the belt, I like wasn't a fan. But in the moment, I was like, Captain Jack Sparrow. Like, who doesn't love Captain Jack? You know what I mean? Like, that is like the hottest pirate. Anyway, the outerwear section really carried this entire trip. Like, look how buttery, like you can see it through the camera, how buttery that leather was. I never really get to find plus size faux fur pieces, or fur pieces for that matter, so I did grab that. I think it's gonna be so good. This is like the perfect like 70s color. I really love this white jacket. I think I'm trying to make up for the one that I left behind earlier, but like once it looked buttoned up, it was giving like evil dentist and I wasn't about it. And then I really wish that they could find higher racks for their coats, because the moment they start dragging on the floor, like, I don't care how cute it is, like, I'm not getting it. I'm so grossed out. This was a little throwback, limited to the original It Girl for the tweens. I feel like tweens is these days like don't have one of those spaces, and I feel bad that they don't have one of those like junior girl stores. Like, there's got to be an in-between and they're like missing it, and I feel bad. But like I was saying, the outerwear absolutely carried. Like, this is stunning. So is this one, Rich Hot Auntie, like 30 and thriving. Like, I can see that. I basically found the exact same coat as the one I found earlier, but that one was like 2 times the price for whatever reason. Every time the fall comes around, these mall brands like Abercrombie, Hollister, American Eagle, they all get really popular like on Depop. So when I saw that, I was really excited. Like, absolutely had to grab that. And then you guys know I cannot leave behind a good denim vest, so I grabbed both of these as well. This is very much a Kesha furry vest, and this is like not the vibe I like. Take this as my formal petition to start bringing back sweater dresses. I just think they're so cute and nobody wears them anymore. I feel like it's a lost art form. Like, we're losing recipes here, people. But I love the fact that both the sweater dress and like the other sweater that I showed with the animal print trim were both kind of like boat neck, off the shoulder. Personally, I think those look really good on my body type, so that's partially why I love them. But I also just love a little bit of collarbone. Like, I think that's one of the sexiest things you can show off. Cleavage, sure, your legs, sure, your back, whatever, but like something about a little clavicle with some highlighter on it, just have your skin like glistening. That might be like 2014 Tumblr like screaming at me right now, and showing my age, but I stand by that 10 toes down. Like, I will show that off any day of the week and feel hotter than ever. This was the only men's like noteworthy piece. Oh my god, I sound like Mike Tyson. Noteworthy piece, and it just like wasn't worth getting. I just went through my cart and basically got all the accessories, a couple of the clothing pieces, and that was it for the week. What did I freaking tell you? I found so many goodies this week. It was insane, especially that last store. I cannot wait to show you guys what I found on Friday in Nashville, because I literally unintentionally manifested my entire Pinterest board. Like, that store was filled with so many gems, and it's funny because I've been to that store multiple times before and it sucked every single time. So like, I was literally just going to that little Music City thrift that's in Nashville just to waste time before I could set up for my market, and then all of a sudden I was in there for like 3.5 hours and I didn't want to leave, and I was spending so much money. You do not want to miss next week's video, so please subscribe because you need to see it. But yeah, very good week of thrifting. If you're interested in shopping Black Friday and supporting a woman-owned, black-owned business, I do have up to 70% off on my Depop right now. Most of my items are between 50 and 70. Some of the newer items are only like 20%, but all of my items get free shipping when you buy more than one thing, so it's a really good deal. Okay, I'm trying to really manifest in true vintage fashion actual Black Friday deals, because these corporations these days doing oh, up to 30% off on select items, like happy Black Friday. Like, girl, that's a Tuesday. I swear you guys had that exact same sale last week. Where are the deals? People used to be fighting, going to jail on Black Friday. We were standing outside at midnight waiting for a $5 TV. We used to be a proper country. I don't know when we got to like, oh, 30% off is acceptable. Like, no, don't shop with them. Shop with me and other small businesses, of course. But yeah, enough self-plugging. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite finds were from this week. It's gonna be hard to pick just one, I know it. So like, just chat with me in the comments. I love to make friends. We are so close. So close. We are so close to hitting 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That is my goal. And we have like 1,500 more to go, which sounds like a lot, but I believe it can be done. I think I might even do like a 12 days of Thriftmas type thing to really boost it, like right before the end of the year. We'll see, because if I'm gonna do that, I need to like start planning my videos like now. But yeah, I really want to hit 5K by the end of the year. I think it's possible, so definitely like, comment, and subscribe. Support your girl, and I will see you guys next week. Until then, I hope you live a happy, beautiful, wonderful life. I love you guys so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.